Smiths Falls. This is on times 3. It's number 3. It's episode 3. We're a trio. We're a trilogy. We're a trifecta. We're not going to stop there. But you know what they say? 1, well, one's just one. And 2, well, that's just a coincidence. But 3, my friends, is a pattern. And that is what we have done here with our episode today, released on July 15th, is we have set our pattern, folks. We are releasing episodes every 2 weeks-ish, twice a month, the 1st and the 15th, folks. Look out for number 4 coming out. Guess when? Guess when? August 1st. You got it, folks. The 1st and the 15th. You see how that works? We've set our pattern. Welcome. We are Smiths Falls On, a podcast for Smiths Falls by Smiths Falls, all about Smiths Falls, where I talk to people from Smiths Falls about a lot of things, but about Smiths Falls too. We cover a lot of topics. It's a long-form conversational podcast. We like to see where it takes us. We like you to feel like you're here in the room with us, a fly on the wall for some good, friendly conversation with people important to our town. That's this show in a nutshell, at least so far. You got other ideas for our show? Send them in. We want to hear them. Who should we have on next? Tell me. Reach out. We got social media. Tell us. Tell me who I should be interviewing next. In fact, this next guest, I'm going to be honest, I probably would have wound up inviting her anyway. But she was suggested very strongly when I did my last public call out for guests. Now, that's not surprising because she feeds everybody. First thing in the morning, you want a slice of bread, you want a yummy coffee, you want a scone or a muffin or a delicious cinnamon bun, some of that good, fresh baked comfort food. Well, you know where you're going. C'est Tout. And this is none other than Amy Rensby. She is a dear friend of mine, and she's actually one of the first people I ever met when I myself moved to this town. She feeds our stomachs and our hearts and our souls, I think it is safe to say. Amy from C'est Tout. So it is a pleasure to have her on the show today. But before we get to that, I'm going to tell you about our sponsors. Back again is Smiths Falls Pedal and Paddle. My friend Bill, call him Will. He spends a lot of time down by the water, just waiting for good folk to come along. And he doesn't have to wait long. He does a lot of waiting again and again because people keep coming back. People keep coming back for his canoes, his kayaks, and especially his stand-up paddleboards because they're so fun and so easy. The prices are great, but the prices get even better when you rent from Smiths Falls Pedal and Paddle if you use our coupon code. All you got to do is whisper it to Bill. Just let him know you're in the know. Podcast 15. Just tell him Podcast 15. Smiths Falls Pedal and Paddle is an excellent way to share some family fun down on the Rideau. You can buy a pass to get through the locks. You can go up through the swale and watch the sunset. All sorts of great fun along the water. Pick your poison. You got canoes, kayaks, and paddle boards. Bill also rents some bikes if you want to get around the town. We got some great bike paths in this town, some bike lanes downtown to get around, and the Cataraqui Trail that gets you all the way to Kingston. Go see Bill. He'll take care of you. Or you can find him on social media, Pedal SF on Instagram or Facebook, at Pedal SF. Reach out to Bill. He'll tell you all about it. The info's on the website. You can book online. Do it. What are you waiting for? And back again for this episode is Mighty Valley Coffee, mightyvalleycoffee.com. You can go there and order, or you can go down to 4 Degrees Brewing in the mall where they have their roastery. Smiths Falls Podcast is the coupon code to use. Smiths Falls Podcast at mightyvalleycoffee.com. Order your coffee online and save 10%. It is local, it is fresh, it is gourmet coffee. I drink it every morning. It's really delicious, folks. They know what they're doing there. They roast good beans, cool beans. Save 10% on us. Buy some coffee. They got a whole variety. If you like a light roast, they got delicious light roast. They got their house blend, and they got their dark matter, dark roast. That's one of my faves. Go check them out. They're local. They're great. mightyvalleycoffee.com. Use the coupon code Smiths Falls Podcast. Love it, folks. Okay, here we go. We're going to get right to it. This is episode 3 with Amy Rensby. So we're recording.
Oh, okay. Alrighty.
Yeah, we're on.
Cool.
The microphones are on. And now you're on the spot.
No, on
Amy,
the spot.
here you are.
Here
Welcome.
I am.
Welcome to my little cave here.
It's pretty cool.
This is where I do things.
I remember being in this room when it was a yoga room. It looks very different
Oh,
right
yeah.
now.
Did you take yoga here?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, nice. It's mostly paint. It's mostly paint and carpets and curtains.
There's a lot of stuff in here, though.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff.
We brought our piano. Got some drums here. My mandolin, some of my guitars. My old studio was a lot bigger, so it's a challenge to fit everything
The
in
old
here.
studio was the church, right?
Yes,
Yes.
it was, which is kind of how we first met.
Yeah. Yeah. It was, I think it was Jen Miller sent you my way. I
Yeah,
think.
you really need to meet Amy the baker. And
Yeah.
I was kind of like, okay, why?
Yeah. Why?
And yeah, she was like, well, she owns like an old church like you do. I was like, oh, I see. Then we will have lots to talk about.
Lots in common.
And that was the Ivy.
It was the Ivy, yeah.
The Ivy on William.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. A great little building.
So most people in town, I think, know you at this point,
Probably.
or who you are, because you feed them.
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it comes with the territory, I guess.
But they didn't always know you.
No,
Where did you come from?
I moved from Ottawa
Yeah.
14 years ago.
Has it been that long?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
always think it's been 12, but I guess that's when you first told me 2 years ago.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
not
I guess
that
so.
math, so.
That makes sense. That math makes sense.
So that 2000 and...
Don't ask me to do the math. Neither one of us is apparently good at the math.
No, I was giving you the floor.
Oh, no, I don't.
2007?
Yeah,
That's when you moved here.
yeah.
How long have you been baking?
Well, I mean, since I was a kid,
Serious
I've been cooking.
baking, though.
No,
Like, serious baking. I'm not talking easy bake oven shit here.
yeah. So I opened the bakery in 2016, and I probably started baking. I mean, seriously, not professionally, but seriously at home. I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 years earlier.
Right.
Yeah, it was a hobby.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
But people tend to, that's a hobby that really starts to consume people. Mm-hmm. My brother bakes a lot.
Oh, does he?
He loves to bake. He
It's
takes it very seriously.
For me, it was so I was a consultant. I was a consultant and
A baking consultant?
no, like
Oh,
an
I see.
IT consultant.
IT consultant.
I was an IT
How
consultant.
interesting. I never
Yeah.
knew this side of you, Amy.
Yes, I was a good old federal public servant, and then went on to consulting in the IT sector, which was super fun, interesting stuff.
So what kind of IT did you work with?
CRM stuff, Siebel systems in particular.
Whoosh.
Yeah,
Like what does CRM stand for?
customer relationship management.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I knew I had heard that term before.
Yeah, it's really not meaningful in the context of what systems actually do. But I was the translator between the business folks and the IT folks, so your developers and people actually doing the work, because they typically don't understand each other.
Yeah, you always need those people.
Yeah.
There's a whole scene like that in The Office. You remember that guy in The Office?
Yes, I do.
The guy who, what does he do? He invents that game.
And now you're going back a long time ago.
Jump to conclusions. It's a jump to conclusions
Yeah.
board.
Yes, that's
That guy.
exactly what it is.
And he's like, I talk to the engineers
Yes.
because they don't know how to talk to people.
They
but
don't.
it's true because I've worked in tech.
Yep.
And engineers don't know how to talk to. You need.
Did you know that my husband's an engineer?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
What kind of engineer?
Mechanical by trade. But he is also in the IT sector.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he used to have lots of fun playing at GM and all those interesting places.
So do you have to do a lot of translating for him?
Sometimes.
And other people?
Especially when we're talking about baking and food and restaurants.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that was my I call it my former career.
Yeah. And then you just upped and started baking.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have an uncle who did that too, actually.
Really?
Yeah. He just up and started baking. He used to be he was in marketing, and then he just up and became like a wine buyer
Oh, that's cool.
because he liked wine.
I mean, that makes a lot of sense.
And then he just started baking. I guess he liked eating bread with his wine. And
See, I always went for the more challenging stuff. I still do. I get bored very, very easily. And so I always headed for the more challenging stuff. And baking I didn't really like baking growing up. I liked cooking
Right.
Way more.
Yeah.
And, but baking was a challenge. It takes some patience, but I got really bored. And so the work I was doing at the time was pretty high stress, high demands. And that was my form of relaxation, was I'm going to figure out baking.
So what is your personal favorite area of baking then?
Oh, gosh.
Like sourdoughs? No? You're not a sourdough person?
It's an emerging thing for me.
More into pastries?
I love pastries and cakes and desserts. Like, the really simple classic stuff, like a French clafoutis, something like that. Mm-hmm. That stuff I love.
My brother made me one of those last year.
Really? They're good, eh?
I think I'm thinking of the right thing.
It's almost like a custard with cherries. Usually traditionally cherries.
Yeah, that's what he made.
So good.
It was like booze infused, I think.
Yeah, there usually is.
Yeah, it was good.
The good French way.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
We told the kids it was fancy French toast.
I mean, yeah, kind of.
They just needed a base reference point, but it was delicious.
What is this that I'm
They
eating?
saw all the powdered sugar over it, and that was
That's
all
the
convincing they really needed.
So yeah, that kind of stuff. Creme brulee, clafoutis, those kinds of things are my favorites.
And now you're in a big new place. Mm-hmm. How's that feel? Tell me about it. I mean, you told me about it before, but tell me again.
Yeah, you've
tell the
visited a few
people
times.
listening.
So yeah, we just moved into a new space in a beautifully restored old hotel that was on the verge of falling down in Smiths Falls. It's about twice the size, square footage wise. The folks at Parkview custom designed it, custom built it for us. And it's a joy to be in. It has its moments, you were still trying to figure out where things need to live.
Yeah.
Where, we thought they would live in this particular spot and they don't necessarily live well there. So we're doing a bit of reorganizing and figuring it out. But yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful space to be in.
There's always working out the kinks. You always got to work out the kinks. But your old space was fine.
It was wonderful.
It was just a rectangle.
It was, and it wasn't built for a food space. And honestly, when I opened the bakery, I had this thought. I remember doing the business planning and going, okay, so if we get 10 people for lunch and, 15 cakes a month and awesome, I can pay the rent and pay the bills and we're good. Mm-hmm. And I did not anticipate just how busy we would become. And so, over time, we kind of outgrew that space. The plumbing wasn't sufficient and the electrical, we kept blowing breakers and things like that. It's kind of hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a wonderful space and, we had a really solid 5 years there.
Now, we've mentioned like baking, breads, and pastries in that more limited scope that people often think about when they think baking or a bakery. Yep. But you do a lot more than that.
We do.
Tell me.
Because my first love was cooking.
Yeah.
I love cooking too. So we do lunches and salads and soups and lunch specials. And
do you got some new stuff on the go from the new space? Is that you expanding that area of business?
We sure are.
Yeah.
So one of the things I always wanted to do was expand to do some dinner stuff or small plates, evening kind of stuff. And so as we get settled, we'll be venturing more into that space. And we started that a little bit.
Yeah.
In our old space, we started doing Friday night dinner club through COVID and the pandemic. So it was a bit of a market test for, do people even want this? Would people go for this? They did. It was super popular.
Yeah.
We were doing, upwards of 60, 75 dinners a week.
Awesome.
On Fridays. Mm-hmm. So yeah, kind of looks like a good idea.
With the pandemic was shit for everybody.
Yeah.
But dare I say it was, on a business level, not so shit for you. You got to stay open.
We did get to stay open, so that was
because you feed people.
Huge advantage.
And from my perspective, as somebody who lives in this community and also shops at the bakery, I think, there's something about food, right, that comforts people.
Very much so.
And I think there's also something to know that, like, you're eating the same fresh food that your friends are
down the street
at the same time. Even maybe you're not together, you're kind of still breaking bread.
Kind of, yeah.
You're still kind of breaking bread together,
It is. There's there is this nurturing side of food, right? That, I don't know, they talk a lot about, how food can trigger memories and they can trigger sentiments and emotions and all those good things. And I think that when you encounter those foods that are familiar or, your grandmother used to make it like this, like our cinnamon buns are are crazy popular because of that. It's like somebody's grandma used to make them exactly that way. And so there's a sentimental element to what we do for people. And there is this sense of family or belonging or commonality that comes with really simple food that is people just love.
I think that's why I like breakfast so much.
Oh my God, breakfast is my favorite.
Bacon and sausages.
Potatoes.
I've been at my cottage for the past couple of days, and I've woken up every morning and made a whole big thing of breakfast sausages for the whole family that's up there. Because we can be, again, now. My brother just came up from New York.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we're not out of the woods entirely yet, but...
That's major progress.
Yeah.
Major progress.
Very good progress.
Yeah. We've had people, so in our new space, we've got this patio, and which has been really wonderful. And we've been talking to so many people, and people are having that same kind of feeling and sentiment. Like, we're not quite there yet, but wow, does it ever feel good to be sitting out with other people and being out with other people?
Definitely. Do you think we're actually out of the woods? What do you think? I feel like in March or wherever, like I've lost track of time, honestly. I just lost track of time. And I stopped really even paying attention to the news. I'm just like, I'm at home alone until, osmosis tells me I'm not, because I'm not even paying attention to the news anymore. Yeah. I don't even care anymore. And but what I don't want is to be told, all right, now it's for real, this time for real again, and be let down. I'd rather just keep my head down.
I agree. I don't know, cautious optimism is, I think, where I'm at, because the prospect of having to slow this all down again or shut it all down is just shit to think about.
I feel the same way. I think a lot of people probably do. We're as hopeful as we are at this point, because the alternative is just so
you don't want to think about it. Like, don't want to think about it.
So nope. I think is that like the definition of like some form of denial? It's denial, right?
Probably.
It's certainly a defense mechanism.
Yeah.
Just don't look at it. Yeah. Just don't think about it.
Yeah.
Pretend.
And I mean, I think for business owners in particular, it's just this.
You ever seen that cartoon that's like, it's like a drawing of a dog and he's holding a cup of coffee and he's feigning a smile on his face, and he's really in hell, and there's fire burning everywhere around him, and then his little thought bubble says,
you're like, I'm fine.
This is fine.
Everything's fine.
Yeah.
Everything's fine. Yeah. I think most business owners on the surface are like, I'm good, I'm mostly good. But underneath there is this raging, I don't know if we're good. I think we're good.
Yeah, because we're in Ontario too. Like I don't want to, it's not a contest, but I feel like we've had a shittier deal than some other places.
Yeah, I was just talking to someone who was in BC last week. They're like, oh yeah, we're in the restaurant, we're not wearing masks and we're doing all the things. And I'm just like, oh, okay.
Yeah, my brother's down in New York. Well, he just came up, like I mentioned, but he's been down in New York City, and he's like going to the gym, and they're open, and going to restaurants and shows, and like they're just back to normal.
Totally back to normal.
And he has a cold. He's like, hey, yeah, everybody in New York has a cold. We all have a cold. It's like they're happy to have a cold,
right?
That they don't have,
because they don't have to wear masks anymore. And I think we all get it, and. Yes, they're all the right things to do for the right reasons. But holy man, is it ever getting tiresome. I would love to not be working in my kitchen with a mask on in 45-degree heat outside. Yeah. Like, it's hot in the building too.
Yeah, I really just miss being able to go places and eat at restaurants. I miss that. Going to see shows, music.
Yeah. Oh, I really miss my Bowie's Friday nights music.
Yeah.
Or any night's music, really.
Well, they start up soon.
Saturday? I think I saw Saturday.
Yeah.
Jazz night?
Jazz night. The Beach Whalers are back at Bowie's.
Yeah.
I think.
I'm just thrilled that it's possible.
Yeah.
Right? I'm just thrilled that you could go in and listen to live music again.
You probably know, because you have capacity for people to eat. Like, what are you allowed?
Oh, yeah, that starts Friday.
What are people allowed in?
So we're allowed
You're my source for the news here.
You're
Right
a
now.
source
I
for
wasn't
the news.
joking when I say I ignore the news.
No, it's just me you listen to for news. Awesome.
Yeah, right in this moment. Yes. Yes.
So yeah, this Friday, dine-in stuff starts. I think there's still a lot of anxiety for people being indoors, but there's also this sense of, oh, I'm just done with this and I'm going to sit indoors, right?
Yeah.
Like it's this.
I think we'll get used to it again pretty quick. We've got a long history of being human, and we'll get back to it pretty quick. But it's certainly an adjustment. I keep noticing, like, I notice it the most when I watch TV shows.
Oh, really?
And it might be a show that was filmed pre-COVID or something. But, like, I'll just see, like, two people hugging in a TV show. Like, what are you doing? You can't
What's happening?
You
That's
can't
not
do
allowed.
that. That's so not COVID.
Not allowed. Yeah, it's what is it? I keep seeing memes everywhere. The Kevin Bacon, you can't dance, and I'm just like, oh, yeah, that is exactly how it feels. No, you can't do that. No, not that either.
There will be no dancing. There will be no singing.
No hugging. No high fiving. No handshaking.
These are the devil's playthings.
Yeah. It's very weird. And to think, I was thinking about it today. It's like 16 or 17 months.
Yeah, it's a long time
of this. And I was like, holy.
I feel like it's kickstarted a lot of stuff into the future. A lot of places that things were going anyway.
Online shopping,
curbside delivery.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Working from home.
Working from home is a big one. So as that former federal public servant, oh my God, not in a million years would you have been allowed to work from home. Mm-hmm. Because if I don't see your bum in that seat, you can't possibly be working. Right?
Yeah.
What a shift.
I've always heard that federal civil servants type people don't do a lot of work. Is that true? No,
there's always
a lot of work.
It's like anything else, right? Any other profession.
But the ones who choose to be lazy, they never get fired. That's what I hear.
Yeah, well, there's that. Yeah,
is that part?
That part is not true. That part is not necessarily untrue.
Given that condition, a cesspool can form, right?
You
were one of the good ones. I believe that.
I honestly,
I've seen you work.
I honestly think they're few and far between. Honest to God, even in the federal government, I think they're few and far between those people. The vast majority.
What about
work their butts off?
What about like end of the year
purchasing?
What about that crap?
Oh God, it used to drive me nuts.
Just to use up the budget, or we won't get it next year.
You don't want to get penalized next year,
right? Yeah, everybody knows about that.
Everybody
talks about it. Nobody ever does anything about it.
No.
I want to see a politician
tackle that
campaign with that being his main issue.
Oh yeah.
No more wasteful spending.
Don't go buy laptops at the end of the year.
Garbage crap to use up budgets.
Yeah.
That would be such a unifying issue. By liberals and conservatives alike.
It sends me down the rabbit hole of my former career. Like it's insane the amount of waste. And I mean, it was one of the reasons why I left the public service, right? I just didn't feel like, public service by definition is public service.
Yeah.
Right here. And it's like, okay, so I will spend 6 months working on a policy for a change in leadership to then file 13 into the recycle bin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Inefficiencies that bothered you.
Oh, yeah.
You brought me some whiskey.
I did.
And my glass is almost empty.
Oh, you need more.
Yeah, I would take more.
I can fix that.
Yeah. Excellent. Good form on behalf of Amy bringing the scotch. I am a scotch drinker myself. I wouldn't quite call myself a connoisseur. Not at this point.
I am totally not. But I do love scotch.
I do have a taste for it. I do have a palate for it, and I do have my preferences. And I really like this one. Actually.
It's really nice, eh? So
do you know how it's said? Is it Jura?
I think it's Jura.
Jura? Or is it Hura?
But that's an excellent question. I don't know. Now I'm thinking about Star Trek.
You a Star Trek fan?
Yes.
Like original Star Trek or more of a TNG fan?
No, even original.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Original's your favorite?
I don't know. I mean, they're all different. They're all really different.
TNG's my favorite.
Yeah.
They're definitely all different.
Mm-hmm.
TNG's definitely my favorite by far. Picard?
Picard is great.
Riker? Yeah. Data? I feel
Deanna Troi?
Yeah. I feel like the first one was the first one. And it will always be that. But I feel like in many ways it was like the practice version, and TNG was like
took it off.
Where Star Trek really got good. Mm-hmm. There was always the science behind it. There was pretty good character development, I think. I mean, I think Voyager focused on character development above all else by far.
Yeah, I would say so.
Deep Space Nine was like a little grittier.
I didn't bother. That wasn't
I wasn't so hot on either.
No.
What brought me in was just that they brought in like all that crossover, but they put Worf on it.
Yes.
They put O'Brien on it. I love O'Brien.
Yeah.
He's my boy.
Yeah, that one.
But I fell off it. I fell off it. Wormhole. It was too political. It was so political.
Yeah. I mean, but so many shows went that route, right? Got political, but in a way that was. It
wasn't really an allegory for anything, because it wasn't like taking like a real situation and making commentary on it. It was just like, these people are always tense and hate each other, and they don't actually do any.
Like, what's the point of this show again?
They don't do any exploring in this one. Remember how the whole thing about Star Trek is exploring the unknown? Yeah. These people
exploring
just stay in
and learning
one spot.
and fighting with each other.
How about that? How about that for a twist? They don't go anywhere.
We've ditched the exploration altogether, and we're just gonna hate on each other. Yeah, no, not so fun.
What's your favorite kind of scotch?
I particularly enjoy the peatier scotches. So Laphroaig, the Glenlivet.
I'm a big fan of those ones myself.
Yeah. My family less so. Brian's a scotch drinker, so is my dad. But Auchentoshan, have you had Auchentoshan?
I don't think I have.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Very peaty.
Yep.
Nice.
We had a friend of ours was in Scotland, maybe a handful of years ago. And she brought us back a bottle of Abonar and opened that sucker up, poured a glass, and it was like rocket fuel.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a little much even for me. Still good. Still very good. But yeah, it was like fire.
I think one of the most flavorful ones I've tried was an 18-year-old Highland Park. Tried that at Whiskey Live, whiskey tasting event in Toronto.
Oh, fun. We had a couple whiskey tasting events here. First few years we moved here.
Where did those happen?
So one was at what is now the Parks Canada building. They used to be the Rideau Canal Museum. Mm-hmm. So they've got this really great auditorium down in the basement. And so they did, like your typical Scotch education session down there. And then they did a tasting upstairs. And it was fantastic.
All sorts of brands come in and set up their booths?
No, it's a company, I think it's a husband and wife duo that actually, they do these. They deliver these wine tasting events.
Interesting.
And yeah, they're super good. I think that was my first exposure to Scotch. And it was, so you had to reserve your seats and pay for your seats. And there were a couple of empty seats beside ours, but they still got their Scotch boards. So we had a really good time kind of absconding with the Scotch and the empty seats. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it was like rainy, cold night in the fall. So it was perfect. A perfect example of, the benefits of Scotch.
Right. Of course.
Yes. That warm you up from the inside. Perfect.
So as somebody who's been here since roughly 2007, what are you looking forward to most on the horizon? There's a lot of stuff happening. They're building a lot of houses.
A ton of houses.
Those people are going to need stuff to do.
They are going to need stuff to do. I mean, it has changed so much in the 14 years that we've been here. And we're like a blip on the radar compared to, people have been here much, much longer.
Yeah, you're still not a real townie.
No.
Not in some people's eyes.
No. Somebody told me that you had to be here for at least 25 years before you got that designation. I don't even know if that's true. I think you're...
Unless you're born here.
Yeah.
Then you can be a townie at 9.
Yeah. Oh, totally. There's no 25-year barrier there.
I know a couple 9-year-old townies.
Yeah. They're the best kids. Yeah, we moved here and I think it was like 6 or 8 months later, everything started to close.
Right.
Like Hershey's and everything else. And
did you have the impression that it was a town on the rise at that point?
No.
But you were hoping for a little more stability at the time.
Honestly, that wasn't even a consideration, to be totally honest. We bought a house here because it was way cheaper than in Ottawa.
Yeah.
We got this big, beautiful Victorian house for a fraction of the price that we would have paid in Ottawa.
Yeah.
And because we were both consulting at the time, we knew we were both driving.
Yeah.
And so who cares? We don't need to rely on public transport. So what's an hour's drive?
So when did you stop commuting?
Oh, 7 years ago. And Brian stopped shortly after I did.
Right. So right around the time you opened the bakery?
Yeah, it was about a year before.
Because you were doing
catering before that.
Some other catering.
Yeah. So out of my little church over on William Street.
Magnolia.
One of my first jobs was at Tweed with Magnolia.
Yeah. There's a nice kitchen in that place.
I love that kitchen.
Do you know much about the people who bought that place from you?
I don't. I see some beautiful gardens out front, though.
The place definitely looks loved.
Yeah. Which, when I sold it, that was my number one concern, was just hopefully it's for somebody who'd love it.
There's always that element, or not always, but often that element. I remember when I sold my house in Kitchener, and then we got our friend and neighbor sent us a text like 9 months later that was a picture of the fact that the new owner had just decimated our gardens in the front lawn.
Ooh. And were there tears?
Almost.
Yeah, I feel
on
like.
her part.
Yeah.
I mean, I was less attached to them. I'm not the gardening type as much. But, and I mean, it's his house. He bought it. He can do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
But there was still that, she's like, why?
Why would you do that?
Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Like, to me, why would you do that? My friend's mom turned down an offer on her house once just because she overheard the people talking about like some of the
what they were going to do to it.
Some of the changes they were going to make just to the decorating. She's like, no, you're not getting my house. Get out of here.
Goodbye. Yeah, I was nervous about that because it's such a historic building, right? And it has a historic significance in this town. And so it was really nervous selling it, like, oh, what are they going to do to it? And
when I sold mine, I felt bad because when I first bought it, I got really drunk one night and started talking to the house.
Oh.
And I promised the house that I wouldn't fuck up its face.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I might make some changes to you, but don't worry. We're on the same side.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to
mess with it.
I'm not going to mess up your face.
Yeah.
And now I don't know what the new owners have done. They might have put vinyl siding over all of it. And I hate vinyl siding.
Well, and I don't know. I think old buildings deserve special consideration. Like vinyl siding doesn't belong on
anything.
Well, okay. Yeah. Anything. I agree. I totally agree. But especially on old buildings, they deserve better.
They do. I think so.
Yeah.
There's something, some people just don't like old shit.
You're absolutely right.
I love old stuff.
Yeah.
And I got that from my mom. And I didn't get it when I was a kid.
No.
I'd be running down the hallway and I'd stub my toe on her like non-functioning antique spinning wheel.
What is this doing here?
Why is this here? You don't spin. Who are you? Rumpelstiltskin? But I get it now. I get it. It's a window into the past and all that shit. I get it now.
It is. And it's funny, so one of the reasons I actually wanted to buy the house that we saw, and this was the house that we are in is the first house we saw when we started looking around here. And the reason I wanted to buy it was because it had a front staircase and a back staircase. And my great grandmother's boarding house in the middle of nowhere, Saskatchewan, had a front staircase and a back staircase. And it was just like this irrational, sentimental, that's just like great grandma's house. I need to have this. I need to have this house. And yeah, there's just something, again, it's like that memory trigger thing, right? Like there's something about it that just draws you in. Yeah.
One thing I've always needed to have in my houses is like a loop.
Oh, to run.
I need to be able to walk a circle.
Oh.
Like through different rooms.
Yep.
Not one circle in one room, but I want to go like out the kitchen, into the dining room, into the family room, into the laundry room, back into the kitchen and circle around. Every house I grew up, the main houses I grew up in as a child.
Had that.
Always had that. And I was a bit of a hyper child and I would pace a lot. Kind of wore a circle in the floor. Sometimes I would run around. Sometimes I'd play tag with my brother. So for my kids, I always wanted to have that loop too.
It's
we
fun.
got that in our house. I like the loop.
Yeah.
There's certain things that you just need.
Yeah.
Just want in a house.
Our first dog, she used to chase Brian up the front stairs and down the back stairs. So, and just this endless loop. Upstairs, downstairs, upstairs, downstairs. And yeah, it's just, I don't know. There's something about old.
You know why those old houses have those second staircases, right?
I do.
For the help.
For the help. Yes.
I'm thinking of getting some help.
Are you?
Yeah.
What kind?
A cleaning lady.
Oh, if you find a good one, can you let me know?
It's too much.
Oh, it's too much. Big old houses just have more.
Yeah.
They need attention paid too.
Big old house gets dusty. They just get dusty.
So dusty.
Little stuff comes out of the walls.
Are your windows original?
Some.
Semi, yeah.
Some are, some aren't.
So much dust makes it in through those damn windows.
Mm-hmm.
Ours are original. We might as well have windstorms through some of them.
And you don't want to replace them, but you do want to replace them.
So our house is actually designated. It's a heritage designated home.
You got like a plaque on it and everything?
I do. Yep. Yeah. It's on the front porch. And so the windows are part of that designation.
Interesting.
Which
so you
means
can't change it.
Nothing is happening unless either get a variance and do something like vinyl, or you have them rebuilt, which is mega moolah.
Right. In a traditional, old-fashioned
Same way. Same as they are today. You have to replicate is the idea. Yeah. And anything else is a variance.
Right. What's the benefit of that other than the plaque?
One is that you don't have people rip out beautiful original windows and throw in vinyl crap, right? Or you don't have people tear apart. For our porch is also, our front porch is also part of the designation. I think you've seen our front porch. It's this big wraparound porch. And so,
but are you like not allowed to do it, or just if you do it, you'll lose the designation?
No, you're not. You're not supposed to or allowed to do it.
So you're not allowed to change. You're not allowed to put in like George Jetson windows on your old Victorian home if you want to, even though you own it?
Correct.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of agree. And I know that is not often a popular opinion to take on the subject. But I mean, if you allowed it, the hotel that I'm currently have my bakery in would be gone.
Yeah.
Right? Because nobody cared enough. And if you look at some of the old pictures of downtown Smiths Falls, you will see that that's exactly what happened. Yeah. Right? They weren't protected, and therefore somebody just knocked them down and built something else.
Did you get the designation on your home, or was it?
Nope. It was designated when we bought it. So we knew what we were getting into when we bought it.
Yeah.
And it's typically exterior stuff that is part of the designation. It's not usually interior stuff.
Right.
Not often is it interior stuff. So it's things like windows, window shapes, because they are unique. And, you know, kind of like you're saying about the spinning wheel, they offer a glimpse into something of the past that you would never see today. You would just never see windows constructed like that today. Yeah.
So other than the core philosophy of this is preserving stuff, for you as an owner, there's other benefits?
No.
Okay.
No. I wish there were. In other municipalities, there are tax benefits in some cases of, you know, some of the restoration work that you do.
Right.
So you get a reduction on property taxes, or there are grants available, or.
And is it hard? Do you know much about the process if somebody were to try and get a designation? Do you know anything about that?
I don't think there's a lot of research that goes into it. You basically have to research why it's significant in some way, shape, or form, right?
Yeah.
In our case, our house is one of the only ones that has 2 full height bays on the house. So one on the front, one on the side, the full height of the house. So those are typically reasons that you would designate something. There's something unique about it that warrants preservation. But I think other than that, it's really just like, here's the history, here's the research, here's why. And I think in a lot of cases, most municipalities would love to see more buildings protected.
Yeah, especially in small towns like this.
Yeah.
There's a lot of history in this town. I've been learning more and more of it.
Mr. Ted Outerbridge.
Yeah, he's
like the king of history around here.
He's good at that stuff. He moved to town like almost exactly at the same time that I did.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he knows a lot more about the actual history of the town than most people in it.
Oh my gosh, I'm astounded at what he has dug up, and
it's like magic.
Magic. The Outerbridge is like magic.
I wonder if he gets tired of the magic jokes. Every time I see him, I can't help but make
magic Magic 10.
stupid, corny magic joke. And he takes it in stride. Hey, this is the life he chose.
Yeah.
You can't choose to be a magician and
then not
be okay
have
with
references to magic all the time.
magic joke.
Yeah.
I wanted to be a magician when I grew up.
Did
when
you?
I was a kid, yeah. I had the Houdini magic kit. Over 50 tricks.
Over 50.
Yeah, in that kit.
How many did you know?
I didn't learn very many. No. I wound up gravitating a little more towards card tricks.
Oh.
And I still know a few decent card tricks.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I whip them out from time to time.
That's cool. I think my card involvement was limited to Go Fish when I was younger and cribbage when I was older.
I used to play cribbage. I played cribbage with my grandpa.
Yeah.
My poppy. Every summer we'd play cribbage at the cottage.
It's so fun.
Lots of cribbage.
Yeah. I haven't taught Brian yet.
I played a bit of poker.
I've never gone poker route.
I'm not like particularly good at poker.
You just like to play?
I do like to play. I guess what I wind up being unintentionally good at poker because I have a really good poker face.
Oh, yeah, I can see that actually.
People just don't know what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I can totally see that.
But it winds up being more akin to beginner's luck. They always say that a beginner, like
they do,
like people who are like just started playing poker.
They'll
get way worse.
Yeah,
because they have a good poker face. Because half the time they don't even know if their hand is good or not.
Right.
You know,
that would be me, except that I have a really shitty poker face.
But it's,
so
it's like, what's the tell? Like I don't know. So you can't read them because they can't even read their own cards, right?
Makes sense.
So and then they learn a little bit more about poker and learn what a good hand is, and they're like and then all of a sudden
poker face is gone.
All of a sudden you can read them.
That's too funny.
Used to play poker with my friends in Guelph. We had a weekly poker night.
Oh, jeez.
We never played for very, very big money. It was like a $5 buy-in. Made it feel bigger because we'd spread them out. Like we'd use chips.
Right.
So it was like...
It's a big deal.
We'd divvy up $500 worth of chips, which was really just $5. But we felt like high rollers.
Hey, why not?
Yeah.
When in Rome.
So I'll take a little bit more of that whiskey.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely. It is really good, isn't it? Quite enjoyable.
Now, is this a 12-year or a 10-year?
It is a 12.
I called it. Thank you. So what else are you looking forward to? We talked about music. I'm looking forward to music.
Music, big time. Traveling. I would really love to get back to traveling.
Yeah.
We're thinking about Quebec City this summer.
Everybody's thinking about domestic locations, right?
Yep.
I'm going to Costa Rica.
Oh, well, shit.
Yeah.
You got a better deal. That is a good deal.
That's not till like next year, though.
Still.
But the flights are booked.
That is a nice thing to look forward to.
I love Costa Rica.
I've never been to Costa Rica.
I highly recommend it. Yeah, it's really, really good.
I have to put that on my bucket list.
If you go to Costa Rica, eat a lot of fruit.
Mm-hmm.
They have such good fruit.
Yeah.
Because it comes fresh off the trees.
Right.
They got fruit that like can't make the travel.
Right.
Kinds of fruit we just never even had here. That was the first time I ever ate like a passion fruit, like right out of the husk.
Yeah. There was a fruit that we had in Jamaica. I don't even remember what it was. Same thing. This is not traveling anywhere. I can't remember what it was. It was so good though.
Yeah. In Costa Rica, the best avocados you could ever want, the freshest, ripest, best avocados cost the equivalent of like 5 cents an avocado. So
meanwhile, it's like $1.59 here.
Every day we were just making these giant tubs of guacamole.
Oh, God, why wouldn't you?
Guacamole.
I did a really great business coaching program in the U.S. In 2019. And so I got to spend 3 weeks throughout the year in Southern California, which was just my first time in Southern California.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm all in for Southern California. And I still think if I lived in Southern California, I would eat way better because everything is so fresh. It's the same kind of thing, like avocados for everything.
Yeah, I like the food down there.
Oh, so good.
It's so Mexican, especially in Southern California.
Yeah. We were in San Diego. Brian actually came with me that time. He was able to get away from work. So he came down I think we were there for 8 days or something in San Diego. And oh my God, it was so good.
Come for the weather, stay for the taquerias.
Stay for everything.
Burritos.
Beaches, La Jolla, you name it.
I used to play in a band in California.
Really?
Yeah. We weren't Southern California. We were Bay Area.
Okay, cool.
But we played in like LA and San Diego. Went down and played Tijuana once.
Oh, fascinating.
Yeah.
How'd that go? Well, you made it back, so
yeah, we made
good.
it back. It was fine.
Yeah.
It's all a blur. It's all a
As
blur.
happens in Tijuana.
It didn't feel that much different than San Diego.
No.
It just felt like...
it's like 45 minutes away.
It felt like going from Windsor to Detroit.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like.
Oh, Windsor and Detroit.
Yeah.
Fun
The
places.
first time I ever went to Windsor, I thought it was a really shitty city.
Yeah.
The second time I went to Windsor was after just having spent 2 days in Detroit. And it just looked like this dreamland with blue jays floating around and rainbows in the sky. It was so beautiful.
That's too funny.
Because Detroit was really scary.
Yeah. I have never gone to Detroit. I have been to Windsor when I worked with Customs and Immigration.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to go to Windsor for a week to do a stint at the border, which was educational.
Yeah, it's a crazy border down there. They got a couple. You going through the tunnel or the bridge.
So I had to do a stint at Commercial Crossing. We were building a new system for Commercial Crossing. Yeah, I've never been so afraid might be a stretch, but not a fun place
Afraid
to
at
be.
the border?
Yeah. I mean, you're in this little plexiglass box and you have these people, coming across commercial customs.
Do they get people like causing dangerous situations very often though?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like,
I would have thought that like people
run
would
the border.
be like steer clear of that.
No. I had two guys come through with handguns on their front seat, beside their bag of Cheetos. And I've got a baton in a plexiglass box.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a little uncomfortable.
Weird.
Yeah. I think it's why they ended up arming CBSA officers.
I used to have to cross the border for bands and stuff. And we were always super nervous because we would, I think I can say this without risking getting in trouble, but we would cross illegally.
Right.
This was years ago.
Yeah.
I think the statute of limitations
probably up.
is long gone. I was young and foolish, but it worked. Like we'd get across. We just used to always say that we were like going to play a show in Nova Scotia.
Right.
And
taking the long way.
Taking the short way.
Taking the short way.
You gotta,
right, of course.
You got to go like up and over Quebec to get to, you can save.
Yeah.
If you're playing like the right spots in New Brunswick or Nova Scotia in the southern parts.
That's right.
You cut through, you save time. So it's a total sensical reason to cut across the border. And they always let us across. Meanwhile, we'd just not go to Nova Scotia and play
play somewhere else.
Play shows in the States.
Yeah. I think musicians are probably, I know when I worked there, they were not high on the list of concerns.
And then around the time that I started to get out of touring so much with bands was around the time the internet was just exploding more and more.
Right.
And border guards would just look up your band.
Oh, yeah.
On their computer.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah? What's your band called?
Yeah.
But then bands started making fake band names and just building themselves web pages under the fake band names.
Yeah.
To fake out that part.
It was this very circular existence and relationship between immigration and customs.
The other excuse we would use was that we were going down to record.
Oh, yeah.
We're coming down to record and spend money.
Yeah, so you're not making money.
No, not making any money, just spending it. Just we'd do fake contracts from recording studios saying that we're coming down, that we had them.
It's pretty sophisticated.
Booked for a week.
At least you did, you know what? At least you did your research to figure out how to do that. We used to have people come through who were like, I'm here for a vacation. Like, oh, are you? Okay. And where are all your bags? Oh, I'm just staying for 4 days. Oh, okay. And what are you going to do while you're here? Oh, so I have this thing for the Tulip Festival. It's September, sir. That was in May. Are you sure you're not here for work?
See, now I feel good about my stories. I feel better about my stories. Last time I went down, it was for work.
Yeah.
And I didn't have a visa or whatever else.
Yeah.
It was for a band, but this time I was going down to film a different band. And they saw my camera gear and they were like, well, what's all this? What's all this camera gear you're bringing down? You taking pictures, taking videos, you professional? And I chuckled and I said, professional? Oh, I wish. No. But I have a blog. That's what I said. I said, I'm a blogger. And they sort of rolled their eyes at me and waved
Continue on.
after I said I was a blogger.
Yeah.
That was the best advice I was given for crossing the border, is that you should offer up information and act as if like you're worried about the information when really it's like the most innocent thing. That's where I came up with the blogger line. I was like, I run a blog. But the advice it was born from was my buddy Steve when they asked him about, because they always ask you about food because they're always so hyper concerned about what kind of food you bring in.
Yep.
And his trick was he would always say, "Oh yeah, I do have some food. I made some sandwiches. Is that okay? I made sandwiches," which is just like the most wholesome thing you can say. Yeah. And there's just go through, get out of here, get out of my face.
Go away.
You and your sandwiches.
Yeah, that's too funny.
I was on a plane and I had to fill out the customs card, and my wife had packed my lunch, and she put a banana.
Oh no!
in it.
So this. Oh yeah. Oh
and
dear.
I have a love-hate relationship with bananas. I just, sometimes they're great, but I really have to be.
Most of the times they're not.
I really have to be in the mood for a banana. I think it's less to do with how much I actually enjoy eating a banana and more to do with the fact that I kind of have a bit of animosity towards bananas in general.
That's the first I've heard animosity towards bananas.
I just think
what did they do to you?
I think they're selfish.
Oh, okay.
I think bananas are selfish. I think that you can make yourself like this awesome smoothie with like acai berries and raspberries and
you don't want bananas in there?
Spinach and beets, whatever you want to make. And the second you put like one slice of banana in there, you've got a banana smoothie on your hands. That's what it is. It's a banana smoothie.
Okay, it's true.
Tinged with whatever other flavor, hard to now
a side
pick up.
of.
It's a flavor hog. It's a flavor hog.
But that's why banana bread is so good.
Yeah, but it's not fighting with other stuff. It's the flavor. If you were like, "Oh, I made some banana strawberry bread," I'd be like, "Why?" That's just mean to strawberries. They don't play nice. They don't play, and that's like one of the nicest fruits. Banana strawberry. They make a yogurt.
It is.
Banana.
I know.
People dig that combination.
Yeah.
Still a hog. It's way more. They got to put like three times as many strawberries in there just to try and make it a 50-50 balance between.
Yeah. It's not untrue.
Banana hogs the spotlight.
A little bit.
Anything you put in it hogs the spotlight.
It does a little bit.
Now, if you're putting on like a one banana show, then that's okay.
Yeah.
But the rest of the cast is going to get a little jealous. Push banana down the stairs sooner or later.
Push banana down the stairs.
Yeah, it's banana just thinks.
It's a lot of animosity.
Banana just thinks about itself. That's
totally selfish.
That's my issue with banana.
So I have to tell you, I was listening to your podcast with Pat.
Yeah.
And I'm jealous that your canoe had mesh seats. Growing up, mine had wood. When I was a kid, wood, solid wood seats, no mesh seats.
Yeah, mine had mesh, but they were ripped.
Yeah, but they were mesh.
They were like a hard, splinter-inducing wicker mesh. They weren't like some sort of like stretchy, athletic hammock, ass hammock,
Yeah, ours were like solid wood boards.
Yeah, ours were ripped because I don't think anybody knew how to sit in a canoe properly. We didn't do like that whole knee thing where you just rest your butt on it. People would just sit on this seat, and they pushed their ass through the mesh. Yeah. Ruined it for everybody else. We had two canoes at my cottage growing up. One was a blue canoe made of wood. I think my uncle might have built it. I have this uncle who builds canoes.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, he ran a store in Huntsville called Connell Canoes.
Oh, wow.
It's since, I think, becomes part of some type of franchise. I think it's called Kingfisher Canoes now. But he used to build cedar canoes by hand.
Oh, wow.
He's quite the outdoorsman.
That's impressive. I mean, that is craftsmanship at the next level.
Yeah, I used to see them hanging in my grandfather's barn, all the canoes he was working on. My Uncle Dave.
Uncle Dave.
Yeah. But yeah, the canoes, I was making that reference because the canoes down at the Rito that Bill has.
I know.
Just different world.
A lot nicer?
Yeah. They got
I should go.
Backrests on them. Backrests.
Oh, yeah. I did hear that. I did hear you talk about that.
Yeah, they're nice canoes. Good paddle boards. I haven't tried the kayaks yet, but based on his choice of paddle boards and canoes.
I keep saying I'm going to go try the paddle boards. I've never tried paddle boarding. I'm fairly confident I'm going over.
Everybody thinks that.
So
it's pretty easy. There's some balance involved for sure. But my 4-year-old can do it. She was out on a paddleboard today.
Really?
Yep.
That's pretty
not here,
freaking awesome.
not one of Bill's, but up at my cottage. My sister just got this inflatable.
Oh, I've seen those.
Paddleboard.
Yep.
Huge ones, like 16 feet long.
Yep.
Tons of fun.
I mean, you could have a nap on that. That'd be great.
Oh, yeah. I would totally have a nap on that. I had a nap today on my dock at my cottage. My cottage is about an hour and a half from here.
Okay.
Buckshot Lake.
Buckshot Lake. I do not know where that is.
It's a tiny little lake. It's just outside of a town called Plevna.
Oh, I know where Plevna is.
You know Plevna?
I do.
We used to tell jokes about Plevna growing up.
I'm sure.
Very mean jokes. Very mean small town jokes.
Yeah.
Like, what do you get with 15 Plevna girls?
I don't know.
A full set of teeth.
Oh, God.
Or
It's terrible.
if a couple in Plevna get divorced,
Oh, God.
are they still brother and sister?
Oh, no. So bad.
Once, when I was a teenager, we saw these signs for a street dance in Plevna. So we decided to go. This was the first time we ever took part in any sort of Plevna social life. It was always just the town we drove through. That we went to Lookout Building Centers for our hardware, still do to this day. We have a family account there.
Wow.
We would go to the ice cream place. It's a place on the corner. It's just been boarded up for about 20 years now.
Oh, that's sad.
But we went to this one thing, and it turned out to be about a dozen locals milling around the general store to a small boombox playing the radio.
Oh, my.
And a dunk tank.
A dunk tank.
Yeah, a dunk tank.
Oh, that's awesome.
I think the dude who had procured the dunk tank self-volunteered to.
I was going to say, who sat on the seat?
to be the guy getting dunked. Just this random Plevna citizen.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
It was a tale. I'm telling the story now.
I'm telling the story now.
I probably won't tell the story of my last week's Monday night because I don't even remember what I did, but I remember that night in Plevna.
It's amazing what stands out, eh?
Yeah.
My parents had, we used to go to a campground in Cobden on Muskrat Lake. And, you know, as you get older and you have these recollections or memories as a kid and you're like, I think this happened.
Yeah.
Pretty sure this happened. They had one of those big jars of the jelly beans, and guess how many jelly beans are in the jar? And I guessed the exact number.
Nice.
And I have no recollection about what I won, if I won anything at all. But I remember walking through this smoky bingo hall to pick up whatever it was that I won at the Cobden Trailer Park.
That's great.
Or campground or whatever it was called.
I'm a big fan of anything that gives me a story. My general philosophy is that I prefer to measure my life in stories.
So much more interesting.
It helps a lot, I think, because there's shitty situations and bad shit that happens without verging into the tragic makes the best stories. Weird stuff, random stuff, mishaps. They make the best stories.
They do. They're kind of obscure.
Yeah. I'm able to find comfort in that a lot, I find. Whether it's this flat tire or a couple of years ago, my car broke down.
That's always a fun experience.
Broke down in Madoc.
A Madoc.
Yeah.
Oh. Who do you call from Madoc?
Well, what I did was I said, fuck it. And I went to the Legion and got drunk.
I mean, that's a good alternative.
In Madoc.
In Madoc.
With the people from the Legion.
Okay. But I feel like that would be super fun.
It was.
Yeah.
But because I made the decision to say, what the hell am I going to do in Madoc?
Right.
And I found the only place serving booze and the only place full of people drinking booze in Madoc and got drunk with these old white hairs.
Fun night.
Instead of just, sitting in my car waiting for a tow truck.
Yeah. It's funny. Perspective is a funny thing. And I think you were asking earlier about the pandemic and, what do I think about it and all this. I think one of the things that people will come out of this with, hopefully, is just a different perspective about what's important.
Yeah.
Because a whole lot of the stuff that we thought ain't.
Yeah, a lot of stuff has just kind of fallen to the wayside.
Yeah.
People
this need or or tendency for busyness that we used to have. No thanks.
Yeah, I think people have been introduced to new ways of doing things and shown how some of the old ways don't really need to be done like that anymore. I think it on a base level too, it's interrupted some things that are just so assumed, so basic, like even a handshake.
Yeah.
You know? Mm-hmm. I think we're going to get back to handshakes myself.
Mm-hmm. I did it the other day. I met someone and I actually reached out and I was like, oh shit. Yeah. I'm not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden it's starting to come back, right? Like, oh yeah.
But some people won't shake hands as much.
Nope.
I think we're going to see a little more elbow bumps. Mm-hmm. I think we're going to see a little more. I mean, nobody's weirded out by a mask anymore.
No.
So I think that'll be a good thing. It's like, oh, I am sick. I'm not going to go to work. I don't get a gold. I don't get a gold star for that anymore.
No.
I get the opposite.
Yeah.
That's finally been brought to the surface.
About time.
I think that attitude was growing already. And at this point, it's just.
Oh, flat out.
Like, stay the fuck home.
Yeah. Nobody wants you there. But I think there's also on the flip side, like, oh, I shouldn't be there, right? Like there's a recognition on both sides of the fence that is just not a good thing.
Yeah.
Let's your work not done from do home. That anymore.
Get your work done from home. And even if you don't get your work done, guess what you haven't done? Stopped 20 other people from getting their work done.
Right. Have it run through the office. Mm-hmm. Because that was always super fun to deal with.
5 years ago, if you were on the bus wearing a surgical mask, people would think you were some kind of psycho.
Oh, you're totally nuts.
What the fuck is wrong with that person?
Yeah.
Why are they wearing a mask?
Yeah.
We were having like political debates about whether it was right to like let people wear face coverings.
Oh,
remember that shit?
Does that not still happen? I think that still happens.
Well, they wear face coverings. That's my point. Is that like now it's government mandated to wear a face covering. But
a certain kind.
I don't think it matters what kind. I mean, they want a certain minimum for medical, but all I'm saying is that we had the prime minister at the time, Stephen Harper, harping about face coverings and how they were a security risk or bad and all this stuff. And now, this few short years later, you're not allowed to walk into a building without a face covering on.
But you know what? So I was reading something the other day. Even though I generally stay away from the news, I was reading something the other day, and the religious face covering is still very much a debate, despite the fact that it is essentially and effectively the same thing.
Well, they're still talking about a lot in Quebec because of the bill they have there for religious symbols.
Yeah.
And, I don't know what to say about that.
It's a disaster.
I'm like pro separation of church and state, but I don't know. I don't live in Quebec. No. I don't have a horse in that race.
No.
Luckily enough for me.
Thank God for that.
I prefer not to get involved in like Quebec debates either. I was actually pro Quebec separation.
Is that right?
Yeah. Not because I'd be happy to see them go or anything, but if they're sitting there screaming to the heavens that they want to go somewhere and do their own thing, then I can live with that.
Yeah.
I think it would have happened if the rest of our country wasn't on the other side of them.
You know, it was a really interesting. I was working in the government at the time that that debate was going on, and a colleague of mine lived on the Quebec side and worked in downtown Ottawa.
Yeah.
And he was a staunch separatist. Mm-hmm. And what fascinated me the most was this idea in his mind that we're going, but I'm keeping my job and my pension. And it was like, oh, that's not really how that works.
But why couldn't it?
How does that happen? If if the federal government says your jobs are given preferentially to Canadian citizens and you decide to separate.
Well, when you're talking about redefining the rules of what even defines us as a country at all, then I think there's room to figure that crap out.
Yeah.
I think that our perception of a border and what entails a separate country is heavily defined by living in North America and the three countries and their very secure borders. You go over to the EU.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, you can have a job and a pension in Germany, and you can live in Holland. Doesn't matter. You take a train through 5 different countries in the same day and spend all your money in all 5 and not show your passport once.
Yeah.
You're just going around to different places, you know?
Yeah.
So I think it would be more like that. I think it still feel like Canada. People would still call it Canada. They'd be like, oh yeah, but yeah, technically like
technically over
they're like
there.
New France or whatever Quebec wants to call themselves now, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it was a really interesting perspective because we had a number of people who were staunch separatists working in the government, and it was just like, oh, okay. I remember one of my aunts who is French Canadian saying, you know, the concern was about culture, which I totally get. That gets diluted very quickly all over the place. And I remember her saying, it's not about separating, it's about preserving culture. And her perspective was that's where the idea came that, like, we're separating, but we are still staying as part of this broader community.
Yeah.
Right. And so the culture and preserving culture and language got confused with how that would work in reality.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we're going to separate, we're going to be our own, we're going to do our own thing, we're going to have our own currency, but we're still going to have Canadian military and Canadian jobs and all of those things. And it was really more an effort around culture and language than anything else.
I think it's a big struggle to try and, I mean, especially these days with all the more woke thinking around these days, but to have like a Canadian culture and a Canadian identity. You want to tell me that people in Quebec who are separatists have any strong cultural ties to like the beef farming types out in Alberta?
Nope.
No. And that's just talking about two different facets of colonizers.
Oh, yeah. I remember in the Stephen Harper days, again, harping on all of those things, one of the conversations being around being a Canadian and what it means to be a Canadian.
Old stock Canadians.
Yeah. And I was like, I don't know. Like, what do you mean by Canadian? Because most of my family is out in the prairies. And that is a very different way of living and culture than it is in Eastern Ontario, let's say, or Toronto, or the East Coast. And so I was always really perplexed by that argument that people needed to conform to these Canadian values. And I'm like, what are they? And I was really fortunate. I grew up amongst a group of people who were from all over the world. Pakistan, India, the West Indies, Africa, you name it.
Yeah.
And I had the benefit of enjoying their culture, enjoying their food, enjoying, you know, what hospitality looked like culturally. And so I think back on that now about how fortunate I was to be able to experience that, because the alternative feels kind of boring, right? To live in an area where you don't get to experience those things. Feel like I would feel like I lost out, like I missed out on cool
I
things.
can see that. I mean, I like different types of food, different types of music, different types of art.
As a result.
And there's an old saying, I can't remember who said it, some quotable person. This is part of a bigger quote too. I should really look it up. I'm going to look it up right now. I have a computer.
Right now.
I have a computer right in front of me. I don't have a production assistant to look this shit up for me
on the fly.
I do have a keyboard.
Yeah, like one of my girlfriends in maybe it was, I don't know if it was high school or, it must have been high school. Her dad owned a Chinese restaurant in Ottawa, Fuliwa. And that was the first place I ever had dim sum.
Nice.
I think I was like 15. I'm pretty sure I couldn't drive. I'm pretty sure her dad drove us. And there's no way in many neighborhoods in Canada that I ever would have experienced that and had that opportunity. And in a way, you know, I talk about cooking and all of these things and baking and how much I love those things. All of those experiences feed that passion. Like we had a guy, again, I wasn't old enough to drive because my dad used to drive me down to this little Italian grocery in Orleans where I grew up. Mm-hmm. And it was owned by this older man named Massimo and his wife.
Yeah.
And we would go, if not every Saturday, many Saturdays, because I cooked dinner and it was Italian on Saturday nights. And he would teach me, you know, here's what the sauce is, and here's the pastas, and here's how they go together, and here's the best choices, and here's why. And all of those experiences growing up with all of those friends and all of those kinds of amenities nearby really kind of fed my soul, I think, in leaving what was, I'm going like all the way back to the beginning of this discussion now, fed that journey to, I'm out of the public service and I'm just going to feed people because I got so much joy being the one getting to experience those things. Mm-hmm. It was awesome.
I get it. Oh, by the way, I found that quote, and it was a quote by Miguel de Unamuno.
Oh.
I'm not sure who that is.
Never heard of him.
But the quote I recognize, and it's, fascism is cured by reading, and racism is cured by traveling.
Yeah.
And I believe that.
Totally.
I despise racism, I despise fascism, I despise all that kind of bigotry. The philosophical question it raises in my mind is, how do we balance the encouragement of a melting pot society with the preservation of culture? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like that Italian grandpa who might have shown you these recipes or something, who did, you know, who held his fingers like this and said the words like this, you know, that paradigm of a person who holds this, who's a living stereotype.
Totally.
Because of what they are.
Yep.
In the best way.
Yep.
You know, they would be their Italianness or Sicilianness might shine through a little less if they married somebody from San Diego.
Yep.
Born and raised in San Diego, yuppie type.
Yep.
Just North American type.
Yep.
That, you know, they're going to create their own culture, and their kids are going to be like, yeah, my dad's really Italian and my mom's really from San Diego. And then they're just like this person.
Combination.
You know, they're just like, they'd be like me, you know, I'm actually like, I'm like 99% Irish, but I've never been to Ireland.
Right. Yeah.
And, you know, I'll be like, yeah, I like Irish whiskey. I'm Irish. Yeah. Great. Yeah. Everybody's Irish on St. Patrick's Day, but I'm Irish all the time, you know, but not really.
But not really.
I'm just Canadian. I'm just some Canadian kid who doesn't really have a culture. And any culture that I thought I had of being Canadian is I'm now being told that I probably shouldn't have it. I don't know, you know?
Yeah, it's a tricky one. And I mean, part of me also looks at it and says, okay, so does the culture also not live on through the people who learn those things from the teachers, right? Like my lovely friend Massimo, who teaches part of his heritage and culture and way of being. He teaches that to, you know, 14, 15-year-old white girl. And, you know, I'm not 14 anymore. I'm significantly older than that now. I remember those things like they were yesterday. And I remember the care that he took and how passionate he was about all of these things and how important they were. And so in a way, I kind of look at it and say, does that culture not live on through the passing on of that knowledge? I am not Italian.
Yeah.
My background is like Norwegian, I'm like a Heinz 57, Norwegian, Scottish, Irish, and British.
The thing is, I think that's where we're all headed. I think 100 years from now, we're going to be a bunch of beige people with,
it's just an evolution,
who spend a lot of money on 23andMe or something, you know, you know,
where did I actually come from? I don't know anymore.
And all these different cultural things eventually, you know, how do you culturally appropriate like something from your fellow beige neighbor when we're just all beige 100 or 200 years from now?
Yeah.
And racism is cured because we, you know, I mean, that's the problem we want to have, I think.
It is. Yeah. I was listening to a podcast and I can't for the life of me remember what podcast it was. It might have been Dave Chang, I'm not sure. And they were talking about cultural appropriation in the context of food, because there are obviously a lot of situations where over the years, white people have taken recipes out of context without the learning, without the meaning or culture behind them, and opened very successful restaurants or cafes or anything like that, and profited off something that they didn't really appreciate or understand.
Yeah.
And so the conversation was around, and I have to go back and look because I don't know if it was Dave Chang, but the conversation was a really good one because it talked about the difference between cultural appropriation in the context of genuinely appreciating, understanding, and sharing versus taking for the intent of profiting. Which very different motivation there, right? And so from the perspective of those participating in the conversation, the goal of people to share those things that they have learned is not cultural appropriation. That was their personal point of view and perspective, which obviously would not be shared by everybody.
Yeah.
But I think that is a really valuable conversation to have, right? Like if I make pad thai at home, or if I make pad thai even at the restaurant, some of it is very heavily influenced by my friends who I grew up with and the things that I learned from them and their families and their parents in terms of how to make those things. Do I do it in an ultra traditional way? I don't know. I do it the way that their families showed me. And so, but it is very much because I appreciate it and I love it. And I can't get it anywhere around here. So I have to go to Ottawa or Kingston to get it.
Yeah.
And so the perspective there was that no, like that is genuine appreciation and a desire to share those things with people who otherwise may not have had those things or experienced those things. And so I thought that was a really interesting conversation to be having in the context of broader culture and learning those things and sharing those things.
See, I've experienced a lot of pad thai, but I don't think it would go over that well if I opened a pad thai restaurant.
No, like I would never open a pad thai restaurant.
I do know what I would call it, though.
What would you call it?
Mat Thai.
Mat Thai. 1 T or 2?
That's a good question. 2. That's my name.
2. Yeah.
Just a little phonetic trick there.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't do it because I don't even make pad thai. I don't trust myself to. I stop at ramen noodles when it comes to...
Like out of the package.
Oh, I love them.
There's some really good packaged ones now, though. Have you seen them? They're like gourmet ramen noodles.
Yeah. I love them. They come with a little like oil packet inside.
Yeah.
You put the oil in, the spicy sesame oil.
Yeah.
Favorite late night snack of mine is
so
ramen
good.
noodles.
Yeah.
Spicy chicken. I like the mushroom flavor too.
Mushroom flavor in anything is good.
I'll always have a soft spot for just like the cheap dollar store ramen noodles. I love them all.
Do you know what? I ate too many Mr. Noodles in college.
You're off them now, eh? Too much?
Good. Mr. Noodles in particular. Couldn't do it.
I gave myself an aversion to eggs once. Ate too many eggs. And then I couldn't touch eggs for like a year.
Didn't have a good next day, eh?
No. Turn myself off rum for a good decade too. Way too much rum one night.
I still won't touch a Long Island iced tea.
Yeah. Everybody has that drink. Everybody has that drink.
Yes.
No way.
Yeah. No.
Not that.
No, thank you very much.
I feel like for most people it's tequila.
Do you know what? It might have been like 7 years ago that I first had tequila because I heard everybody's horror stories and I was like, oh, hell no.
I haven't had a ton of tequila.
Like,
it's always everybody goes on about the horror stories.
Like I will have Jägermeister before I'll touch tequila.
I like Jägermeister.
But
I mean, I like black licorice and bitter
I love
things.
Sambuca. I love Sambuca.
Yeah. There's so many different places to get that black licorice flavor from.
Yeah. And it's so funny because I actually hate the flavor of black licorice, but Sambuca?
But Sambuca does Sambuca actually have black licorice in it? Or is
I don't know. I don't think it has
anise
in it. It's probably star anise, but it's that same kind of flavor profile, right? Like, but I love Sambuca.
Now, do you like Sambuca after it's been lit on fire?
So I have a funny Sambuca fire story.
Let's hear it.
This was many years ago when I was working on an IT project in the government, and a bunch of us went down to, I don't know what the bar was on Elgin Street, sitting at a long table on Elgin Street, and we order a round of shots and it's Sambuca. And the waitress decides that on the tray is where she's going to light them. And of course, she lights them, and there's got to be 15 shots of Sambuca on this tray. And as she goes to start serving them, one spills. And now we've got fire on the table. And we had all had a fair bit to drink at that point. And so in everybody's infinite wisdom, one throws some water towards the flames, just pushes it further down the table. Mm-hmm. And then we're grabbing, cloth napkins to try and fan the no bueno comes from that. I can tell you that for sure.
People aren't very good at dealing with fire.
No.
Most of the time.
Yeah, no, it didn't. That's one of those memories that stands out very vividly.
I feel like people are much better educated on grease fires than they are on alcohol fires.
Yeah. I remember as a kid, like the fire you have in your oven and they say, throw baking soda on it or whatever.
Yeah.
I think my brother and I emptied like 3 boxes of baking soda into the oven. My mom, of course, is just like, it was just parchment paper. Like, why would you do that?
Just let it burn.
Why would you do that? Just let it burn.
Yeah, let it burn.
Yeah.
Be over in 15 seconds.
Yeah, shut the oven door and you're good.
So not only is your space bigger and different and better in so many ways, but it's custom designed now too, right?
Yeah, that was a fun process.
I'm not trying to throw shade on your past landlord or anything.
No.
That old place was a bit of a shoebox.
I mean, again, it was what it was, right? And I made a conscious decision very early on. I'm not sinking tons of money into this because it was a gamble to begin with.
Right.
A bakery in a town, this is a pretty big gamble. I've quit my very well-paying job in the government and I'm going to bake cinnamon buns and scones for people and hope that they come by them. So I made a very conscious decision not to do anything and to invest much other than equipment.
But now you're selling scone mix.
Yeah. That went over way better than we thought
You're going to wind up in Whole Foods or some shit like that or what?
Oh my God. I would need to buy another building.
Franchise out, Say Two?
I don't know.
Only one? There can be only one?
I don't know. I mean, hey.
You've thought about it. I can tell. I can tell you've thought about it.
Do you know, I'm a bit of an addict when it comes to like, Food Network and all those, Chef's Table on Netflix.
What about those competitions? You
No.
want to be on one of those shows?
No.
No?
No, not interested.
No?
No.
It's beneath you?
No, you know what?
Just not your thing.
Just not my thing.
Yeah.
No, I think, I don't know. I always find like people just have their areas where they excel and shine and it's not everywhere. And on those shows, you just kind of have to be able to shine everywhere in order to show off in one area. I don't like that.
I understand that. I see that kind of thing a lot, I think, within musicians and the music scene. These days, it's not generally speaking enough to be a fantastic musician.
Right.
In order to be a successful musician. You have to be you're better off being somebody who's like awesome at social media and okay at music versus being somebody who's just like a stellar virtuoso at music. That doesn't matter. That's not enough.
So I feel kind of the same way about the food competitions, right? Like that's great that you appear as a wonderful personality on a television show, but I don't know, not everybody is happy in front of a camera or, can perform in front of a camera. Yeah. And so I don't know. I think it devalues the skills
But here you are on a podcast.
But here I am on a podcast. That's different.
Yeah.
I'm not competing.
It's my job to compete with all the other podcasts in town.
Do we have any?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
No, actually, that's a half truth. There's a church in town that broadcasts they upload their sermons, their weekly sermons.
Oh, I didn't know that.
As a podcast.
Oh, that's cool.
There's another Ottawa Valley podcast.
I think I've heard of it.
OV Boss Babes.
Yes, I have heard of it.
You probably have being an OV Boss Babe yourself.
You know what? I find in the last 18 months, I've been so preoccupied with keeping my head above water. I'm a little bit out of touch with all the things that go on outside of here.
I can see that. I just heard about that podcast a couple of days ago.
I see things in passing and I should go back and look at that. And then I don't. Like I love podcasts. I am a podcast addict.
Which ones do you usually...
I really love...
Murder?
What?
The murder ones?
No.
Everybody loves the murder ones.
No. I love David Chang.
Who's David Chang?
So he's a restaurateur in the U.S.
Yeah.
Momofuku Noodle Bar.
Sure.
Fame. Next time you're in Toronto, go to Momofuku.
Okay.
Fabulous noodle bar.
Yeah.
I listen to Yoga Girl,
Okay.
Rachel Braithen. She's a really great conversationalist, and she has some interesting guests on her show. But she's also very honest and open, and doesn't hide anything, which is kind of refreshing. And then there are a couple of podcasts I listen to who are former business coaches.
Mm-hmm.
Biz Chicks podcast and Stacking Your Team podcast. So it's really about running a business and all that jazz. Yeah. Oprah sometimes. Oh, I started listening to the Barack Obama, Bruce Springsteen podcast. Have you
I've heard
listened to
good
that?
things. I haven't listened to it yet, but I've heard...
Great conversation.
I've heard good things about it.
Great conversation.
I like Bruce Springsteen a lot.
Mm-hmm. It's a good podcast.
I've heard it's great.
Yeah.
And they're apparently like really good friends.
Yes.
And their rapport
Oh, yes.
is really good, I hear.
Yeah. It's they tackle some interesting subjects.
Like what? What is Bruce Springsteen an expert on outside of music that I need to hear about?
So they talk about he grew up in poverty, alcoholic dad.
Yeah.
And so they talk about, one episode they talk about growing up basically without a dad and the challenges that created.
Right, because Obama didn't really have his dad around either. Eh?
No, exactly. He died. I think he died when he was like 13 years old or something. His dad died. So they talk about some pretty deep subjects and how that has influenced their existence as an adult in this world. So, yeah, some pretty deep subjects.
Hard for a man to grow up without a dad.
I can't imagine.
Neither can I, really. I had a great dad.
Yeah.
Still do.
Yeah, my parents are awesome. Like, it would really have sucked to not have them around.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll probably check out that Springsteen Obama podcast. What's it called? Is it just called the Springsteen and Obama podcast?
Hold on one sec. I'll find out.
I can do that too. I got my computer right here. I'm looking up famous quotes. Springsteen Obama podcast. Renegades. Born in the USA.
So good.
It's funny that they called it Born in the USA though. That song's like a not patriotic song.
Yes, he talks about that in one of the episodes, actually.
Oh, great. So he tackles it.
He does.
Have you ever seen Springsteen live?
No.
I haven't. I would like to. I think
it'd be pretty amazing.
My dad's seen him a bunch. He can't now, though. He can't go see him on Broadway because he doesn't have the right vaccines. Because the U.S. won't
They
accept
changed that.
Astra. Did they?
I saw
Did
that.
They?
Yes.
My dad will be very happy.
I saw that headline and I was like, son of a bitch, this is not fair. Stupid AstraZeneca. Yeah. It'd be super cool to see him on Broadway. I love Broadway.
I saw Les Paul on Broadway.
Oh.
And I'm a guitar player. Maybe you don't know who Les Paul is, but most people know the guitar. There's a type of guitar called Les Paul, which is named after the guy, Les Paul, who pretty much invented the electric guitar.
Really?
Yeah. I saw him on Broadway like 6 months before he died.
Oh, wow.
Like 95 or 96.
Jeez Louise.
Musical legend.
No kidding.
Yeah.
In terms of travel, back to Broadway.
Yeah. I've seen some good Broadway shows. Saw Avenue Q on Broadway.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I like New York. My parents lived in New York for a few years.
Oh, nice.
So I went down there. They had a brownstone right beside Central Park.
That's like what dreams are made of.
My brother lives down there now, just a couple blocks away, actually, from where they used to be. I think he's on 56th or 65th. Oh. Somewhere in between those two. Right near Central Park. He's like on the same street that the real Soup Nazi
Oh, really?
is. Like the real location
fun.
that the Seinfeld show based theirs on.
That's super fun.
There's like footprints on the ground that you have to follow.
Get out of here.
To order your soup. Yeah.
Go figure. Yeah, I love New York City. New York City, Boston, love them both.
I went to Boston once, but I didn't really spend any time there. I played a show there and then had to leave at like 10 a.m. the next day. Didn't even get to have breakfast there. So I haven't really experienced Boston, but I've been to New York a lot. And I really like New York. LA's okay.
Yeah.
I don't like the vibe in LA.
It's too much.
Everybody's trying to be something all the time.
Yeah.
And then I found that after I had been in LA for like a week, I would like catch myself like walking around, like
doing that thing,
trying to make people think that I was important too.
Oh, interesting.
It overtakes you.
Interesting.
It's like a disease.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like LA for that reason. That and the public transit sucks.
Yeah, it's
just non-existent. You can't get by without a car in LA.
No.
Bay Area,
and
I like being in the Bay Area.
Bay Area is nice. San Francisco, I loved.
I like San Francisco. I even like San Jose. It's a little dirtier. I like dirty towns.
I don't think I went to San Jose. No. San Diego, I loved.
I like San Diego. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's a nice city. Newport Beach.
You been around the States a lot?
No. Not a ton.
I've been through most of them.
Really?
Not all, but most of them. I really like Seattle.
So just before, I guess it was just as the pandemic was starting, we were supposed to, this coaching program I did in the US with a bunch of other women. I was the only Canadian. And we had decided, we're going to do quarterly trips. So we're going to go see Kara in Seattle, and we're going to go to Texas, see Marianne. And our first trip was scheduled for like February, right before the pandemic started. I was like, guess I'm not going to Seattle, because that was where the first outbreak was, right?
Was it?
In Seattle.
I did not know that.
I think one of the first outbreaks in North America was at a nursing home in Seattle. So I was like, so not Seattle. So it's still on my list.
Yeah, Seattle's a good one. And then I really like Nashville.
See, that's on my list.
You'd like Nashville.
Yeah. New Orleans is on my list.
Have I been to New Orleans? No.
How would you not know? How would you not remember?
I'm just trying to.
Well, sorry.
No, wait. I've been to Louisiana.
Yes, but not New Orleans.
But not New Orleans.
I was going to say, how could you not remember being in New Orleans? But then I was like, but it's New Orleans.
I was in Baton Rouge.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, I went to Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
I ate crocodile.
I've had that before.
It
tastes like chicken.
Like chicken. Yeah, it tasted like chicken.
Tastes like chicken. Yeah. Yep.
Mine were like, it was breaded.
It's like chicken. It was like chicken McNuggets.
It was like popcorn chicken. Yeah.
Yep.
It was fine. It was good.
Savannah, Georgia's on my list.
Savannah, I know very little about Savannah, Georgia. I've been to Georgia before.
Very historic.
But Nashville's good. You'd like Nashville. Yeah. Nashville's the best.
Really?
It's such a music
town. What
town.
about it? Okay.
It's a music town. There's music everywhere. Here, you can go to, and by here, I don't necessarily mean Smiths Falls. I just mean generally here. You can go to a bar, and they might have live music.
Yep.
Your average bar. And it's going to be probably only okay.
Right.
Especially if you're just at some bar that's just decided to hire some live musician on Friday nights to play some cover, three sets of cover songs, sort of deal. But the people down there who are doing that same thing are incredible.
Really?
Yeah, because it's the talent. Like that's
the talent pool is just that much.
The talent pool is just so different,
saturated.
Because if you're in Ottawa, probably the best three musicians from Ottawa go to Nashville. They're trying to make it in Nashville. It's like actors going to LA.
Right.
My brother's an actor. He spent 3 years down in LA for pilot season. Everybody goes there. That's where you go to do this shit for real.
Right. Yeah. Prove yourself.
Yeah. So that when you're a musician, some people still choose LA as a musician. Some people might still choose New York City as a musician. Same is true for an actor. You might try and be an actor in New York. But if you're going for more movies and TV, you're probably going to choose LA.
Head for LA. Okay.
If you're more stage and show, you'll probably choose New York. But I mean, it's still, New York is not the only place with stage shows. No. LA is not the only place that shoots TV shows and movies. And stuff.
Vancouver apparently.
Yeah, Vancouver. I mean, at this point, Toronto, Ottawa has a really budding scene. But for Nashville's Music City. That's what they call it.
Interesting.
Music City, which for the longest time meant country music. Nashville was country music. Yeah. Not anymore.
Oh, interesting. I did not know that.
Music.
Okay.
Particularly for the world of songwriting.
Oh.
That's where all the songs come out of. Nashville songwriters.
Why is that?
They've just kind of congregated there. I think one reason is that it's been traditionally pretty cheap to live in Nashville.
Okay.
like everywhere else, that's changing a little bit right now. But I was actually house shopping in Nashville about 10 years ago.
Really?
Yeah. And back then I could buy you could get whatever you wanted for very cheap.
Peanuts.
$100,000 maybe.
Holy
for
crap.
like a downtown 2-bedroom house.
Wow.
I was looking at a farm, a 10-minute drive outside of Nashville with 2 acres for like $70,000. This was 10 years ago. That place would be $500,000 now.
Interesting.
I should have done it.
Hindsight 2020.
Yeah.
Shit.
But
interesting.
Yeah, I love Nashville. I go down there. Well, I want to say I go down there a lot, but I haven't been down there in about 3-4 years now.
Right.
But I used to go down once or twice a year. See music, do songwriting with people down there. I have some songwriting partners down there.
Yeah.
And the shows, there's always good shows happening.
Is that right?
Whether it's going to see the Grand Ole Opry and shows at the Ryman Theater or just club shows, Americana.
So I have
Fest
grossly underestimated Nashville.
Nashville's
is
great.
what I'm hearing.
Oh yeah, you got to go down to Nashville.
Cool.
For sure. Good food too.
Yeah.
Really good food. Get some chicken and waffles.
Chicken and waffles. So good.
Yeah. They got the best chicken and waffles
So
down
good.
there,
But with
sure.
like a hot sauce maple syrup or what? That kind of...
They'll usually have like both on the table. So you create the mix you want.
Gotcha.
Of hot sauce and maple syrup.
Cool.
Yeah. And they got lots of hot sauce down there. You want spicy. And everybody down there calls you pet names.
Oh, really?
Honey, sugar, sweetheart.
Oh, that's the best.
Darling, pumpkin.
Yeah. Pumpkin.
Yeah, all of them. Little pet names.
Cute.
12 times every day. Every cashier,
That is super
every
cute.
waitress. Anybody you're asking for directions.
Yep.
Take a left and then right there, darling. Honey. Sugar pie.
Sugar pie.
Yeah, sugar pie. That's one of my favorites. Love getting called sugar pie down in Nashville.
How could you not?
Yeah.
How could you not love that?
Well, I tell you, some people don't like it.
Okay.
There's this video of Ashley Judd going through an airport, and she got called darling or something like that.
Flipped out?
Flipped out.
Really?
Did a Facebook live stream about how offended she was that
Wow.
the security guard called her darling or something.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yikes.
I think it's just lost in translation.
There is, some of that is just
It's colloquialisms. It's
vernacular,
just
right?
people being people the way they're used to.
Yikes.
And I think she's Southern too. She's a Judd.
She totally is.
She's a Judd. Winona Judd. And
Yeah. Did you see she had a really, really terrible accident in Africa, I think?
I had no idea.
Yeah. She nearly died. I don't mean to laugh. I don't mean to laugh about it, but she nearly died.
Yeah.
She tripped or something going through the jungle. She does some advocacy work.
Yeah.
And tripped, broke her leg in something like 8 places or something. And I think broke her femur. And so had to be carted out of the jungle on a backboard and then transported to a hospital on the back of a motorbike.
Yikes.
Yeah. There was I saw some video of it. I was like, holy crap, that is just like... So she had to have surgery and just got like pins and rods in her leg. And
She was on TNG.
was she?
Yeah. You remember that?
No.
No. Yeah, it was
Was it
early-
with Wesley?
It was.
Oh,
Yeah.
I do
Yeah,
remember.
She was a love interest of Wesley.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do remember that.
Wesley didn't get many love interests.
No.
That's pretty
Even on
good
The Big
for
Bang
him,
Theory.
too.
Even
That's
on The Big
pretty
Bang
good
Theory,
for
he
him.
didn't.
Ashley Judd, she's cute.
Yeah, I do remember that now.
Yeah.
There are some things filed away in this memory bank that impress me sometimes. I do know that.
You know, there's like 2 kinds of memory, I find. There's the kind that you're able to just remember on your own, and then the kind that you recall when somebody else brings it up.
Yeah, always fun.
I have a pretty good memory.
I do
So
not.
I'm usually able to bring up random facts about any kind of thing somebody would bring up to me. I'll spit back a random fact.
So that's like Brian.
Yeah.
Brian has a practically photographic memory, and I have the opposite. And so we have these conversations, and he'll say, "Don't you remember?" No, I don't. I remember faces. I don't necessarily remember names.
I used to be really good at names. I've found I've gotten a lot worse at names. I think I just care less.
Oh, I was going to say, is it an age thing or?
No, I
you
don't
just
think it's
care
an age
less.
thing. I just don't bother unless I feel it's important enough.
Gotcha.
No, it's probably really just laziness.
See, I get distracted by the, okay, so remember this person's name is, and then I'm like, oh, shit.
What they say, what you're supposed to do is when you first meet somebody, you have to say their name.
Okay. Muscle memory.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like, oh, it's so nice to meet you, Jorge.
Jorge.
By the way, Jorge, like just say the
repeat
name.
it.
Just say it
Commit it
out
to memory.
loud, which serves two purposes. One is you remember it better because you've muscle memoried it and said it with your mouth and your tongue and said it out loud and heard yourself saying it. Mm-hmm. But then it also is supposed to help you socially with that person because you've said their name to them a number of times, and it's supposed to establish one of those little how to win friends and influence people type tricks.
That's a good book.
Say their name. Say their name when you meet them.
Say their name when you meet them. I'll have to try that.
Amy.
Matt.
I think we're done.
Okay. It was fun.
That's the podcast.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. You're the longest one yet.
Oh, I'm good at talking.
Yeah. Goodbye, everybody. Say bye to Amy. Say bye, Amy.
Bye, everybody. Thanks, Matt.
See you next time on.
Great podcast.
Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. Smiths Falls and whoever else out there in the world might be listening to this broadcast from our sleepy little town. It was a pleasure talking to Amy today, and we want to hear from you. Who should we have on next and down the road? Who do we need to talk to? Who are the people from Smiths Falls whose voices should be heard? Go to sfon.ca, check out all our episodes, and check us out on Facebook on the Smiths Falls Podcast. Send us a message. Let us know. Make a comment. Say hi. Who should we have on the show? We want to know. We want to hear from you. Bye-bye.